Tassadar, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Harris, and today I'm going to be bringing you a game between DlovaN, who we've seen on my channel before, and against NTT. Both of these players are very well known Dutch players, and if anybody can translate what they're saying in the chat, I would appreciate that in comments. That would be quite useful. So as you can see, we're going to be seeing DlovaN spawning as the purple Protoss, and NTT is going to be spawning as the green Terran in this bottom position. Very close positions by air here, so we may see some air action. I'm not so sure what actually happens in this replay, as I have not watched it before. So again, if you do know, please let me know in the comments below what they're actually saying. And I'm just going to speed this up a touch, just so I can fit it into one video later on. And we don't see anything too strange going on here, so this is very, very standard play from both players at this point. NTT is just getting his first barracks up, whilst DlovaN is just grabbing his first gateway. Jochi has left the game, so unfortunately for him, he's not going to be seeing the rest of this. DlovaN chrono boosting his warp gates at the moment. Both players did scout into the wrong positions, but they will be finding each other no doubt very soon and throwing down that second pylon to keep himself ahead of the game. NTT at this point just going to be going for that gas, as well as morphing in his orbital command as quickly as possible. Going to be getting his first mariner out as quickly as he can as well, and we can see DlovaN here at this point going to be throwing down that second, that cybernetics core even, in order to be able to start production on stalkers or anything else that he may choose. Just chrono boosting this at this point, not doing too much, and oh my god, I forgot I have 900 subscribers, and ooh, NTT going through a hold that thought about my 900 subscribers, because we have NTT going for this bunker play here, going to be bringing his lone mariner up to the base, and as you can see here, he's got another marine that's going to be reinforcing, no doubt very soon, taking that SCV into his base now. And as you can see, DlovaN has spotted this bunker, so he's going to be trying to take out the SCV, working on it, but that's going to be too late, too little, too late, and this marine has entered the bunker, so he's going to be providing a little bit of cover for NTT at this point. And one stalker is now being chrono boosted out by DlovaN in order to be able to fend off any kind of sneaky play that NTT does use during this first push. So yes, as I was saying before, I have 900 subscribers, which is frigging fantastic. I love you all. If you do end up watching my videos, you're fantastic. And we do have a factory now going down in the base of NTT, and he has reinforced with the second marine on that bunker, so he could actually push up and do a little bit of sniping action on this pylon if he wanted to, but it looks like he's not going to be right now. DlovaN sending the stalker down past the bunker in order to be able to have a little look around, see what's going on, and he's going to be caught by these two marines, and no doubt he's going to pull back at some point, although he can start shooting away at this, although oh, this marine spawning on the wrong side of the supply depots, but running back in, and as you can see, DlovaN is sacrificing this stalker eventually for intel, running that in there in order to be able to see what is going on, and he hopefully will be able to see this Hellion come out. I'm not so sure he will be able to see this Hellion come out. Unfortunately, these marines will pick this off in due time, and this Hellion is unseen at this point in time. So now DlovaN has these two gates down almost as his warp gates researched, and DlovaN's going to be moving in with these units in order to be able to try and take out this bunker, since there is no SCV to repair. Nice microing of this stalker and then this zealot in order to be able to make sure they don't actually lose any actual health, just shields. This one did lose a little bit, but not much, and now he's going to be trying to get away with these marines, but it's going to prove not useful at all, as these stalkers are going to be coming along and picking them off quite easily. So now two probes down here, no doubt going to be expanding, one probe getting a bit in the way at that point in time, and two more stalkers out here, and God, what is with this frame lag? Oh my god. It's stable? Yeah, it's stable. So now this Hellion going to be running in here, no doubt doing a little bit of scouting, as well as going to be trying to pick a few probes off. Now throwing down a Stargate, so 2-gate Stargate build currently coming out from DlovaN. We do see also an armory has gone down for NTT, and he is going to be grabbing a Thor pretty soon in this game. So DlovaN now is just moving a lot of his forces to the eastern position, and going to be seeing if NTT has done any kind of expansions as of yet, but it seems like DlovaN's going to be leaving this Hellion. I'm surprised he's leaving this Hellion alone. Morphing into another Stalker in order to be able to take this Hellion out. And whilst that's happening, he is going to be making a push at the front of the base with these Stalkers, but just going to be backing up since he does know this bunker is here. This Zealot's getting a bit overzealous. I've said that about in a million videos, so apologies for that horrible joke. And it does indeed die. So now this starpot's a bit idle here. I imagine he's saving up the gas now in order to be able to get something out of there. I imagine he may be going for a Void Ray, as I do love 2-gate Stargate against Terran. And we do see the strike cannons coming out for NTT at this point. So interesting choice on the strike cannons actually, as there is a Terran build that utilizes strike cannons, and in that build you use strike cannons against Immortals when the Protoss player has gone for the Robo Bay. DeMuslim uses this build a lot, that I've noticed, and again the strike cannons do stun the Immortals, so it makes it absolutely pointless, and also the strike cannons ignore the hardened shields, so it's really interesting play. But at this point DlovaN's pushing in with these Stalkers, but it'd be wise to back up, as these Thors are going to do a lot of damage to these Stalkers, since they do 60 damage per shot with these 2 attacks. So yes, he is going to be moving back now with these Stalkers, and these SCVs are I don't know why he's bringing these SCVs along, as he could quite easily take out those Stalkers with the units that he does have there, and he's going to be morphing in a Planetary Fortress as well in order to be able to secure the front, as he sees that DlovaN is being rather aggressive with these Stalkers. And again, nothing really coming out of this. Oh, there is actually a Void Ray, sorry, in the back. I assumed it was going to be a Void Ray, and indeed it is. This Void Ray is going to be picking off this supply depot, and that is going to supply lock NTT at this point in time. Trying to do a little bit more fancy dancing with these Stalkers. Fancy dancing? Oh my god, that's the worst phrase ever. Going to be trying to pick off this refinery, but no doubt going to have to move back, as this Planetary Fortress and these Thors are going to cause him a lot of problems in the near future. You see a missile turret now going down in the base of NTT, trying to ward away these this Void Ray, and also still supply locked at this point, but this supply depot is going down, and DlovaN has been forced to retreat with these Stalkers, but in the process has got his second expansion up and running, and hasn't really committed too much to unit producing structures. Normally on 2 base you see quite a few more gateways than this, but I imagine DlovaN's just trying to get up his economy and going to be powering units later on after his economy is fully fledged. At this point I think that NTT's pretty kind of like contained, considering that there's the threat of Void Rays coming in at the back at any time that he does push out. Although that being said, Void Rays actually are really strong against Thors. Maybe not 4 Thors versus 1 Void Ray, but 1 Void Ray versus 1 Thor is a really good matchup, and I'm pretty sure the Void Ray actually comes out on top, because it does do armoured bonus damage to armoured, whilst these Javelin missiles only actually do 6 damage per missile to the Void Rays, since they are not light units. So these Marines are going to be coming in here and no doubt picking off this Void Ray very quickly. And we do see a fleet beacon also going down for DlovaN as well. So no doubt we're going to be seeing a few, hopefully going to be seeing some carriers, as we don't see them all too often. I'm pretty sure that this was a fun game, or a practice game or whatever, just trying out a few builds, and we do see an observer now coming out for DlovaN, as well as weapons level 1, and an extra command center going down for NTT, so he is gearing up to, looking at the positioning of this, he's probably gearing up to get his secure his gold, because if he was actually dropping a command center in this area here, he could quite easily just build it there and it would still be secure. So a few Vikings flying over the base of DlovaN, having a little scout around and noticing that there isn't anything coming out of here right now. Although that being said, DlovaN timed that really nicely. You're going to be making that carrier as the Vikings do disappear from his base. Getting a little bit of supply locked, so not too great, but it's forgivable in these kind of practice matches. And 2 more starports now going down in conjunction with 2 starports that are already up, producing Banshees and Cloak. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on DlovaN if he doesn't do anything about it eventually. So now just scouting around here, going to be trying to pick off these Vikings as quickly as possible with these Stalkers. Having Blink would have been very useful, but it seems like he's going to be forced to move back to his base while these Vikings do escape. these Vikings may come close to this spotting pylon, which would be very bad for DlovaN, as he would end up getting himself supply locked maybe off that, but it doesn't seem so. And now going for an Immortal. Now again, I'm not so sure if, I don't know whether DlovaN knows about the kind of strike cannons ignoring. Oh, but he doesn't actually know that they've been researched entirely, so he's probably just grabbing these for the Thors, thinking that it'll be a really good counter. And I'm really hoping we see this Immortal get strike cannoned, because that would be fantastic. So yes, we did see NTT grab his gold there, and he's going to be retreating as he does see these units up front of his forces, and these Banshees are now cloaking and going to be moving into the base, and they are going to spot this carrier being made. So carriers take forever to make, 120 seconds on carriers, that's ridiculous. And this cannon actually going to be fending off this Banshee quite easily, and it seems like that Banshee was spotted by the cannon and is being taken out. So nice use of detection there by DlovaN, not being caught off guard by the Banshees, and we do see now a sensor tower being thrown up in a mana position in the mineral line of NTT in order to be able to spot anything that is coming along. So now interceptors being made by this carrier, and it looks like DlovaN's going to be making a push at this point. I'd love to see strike cannons go down on these Immortals. That'd be fantastic. One can only hope, and we shall very soon see. DlovaN now throwing up his third expansion and trying to pick off a bit of a building there, but it's not going to be too much use. And I'm really hoping to see strike cannons. Is there going to be some strike cannons? There isn't. Oh, that's rubbish. God damn it. But yes, those strike cannons would have been very effective against those Immortals, and as you can see here, DlovaN's just going to be able to clean up, as those forces did rip apart the forces of NTT. And this carrier almost dead, but did his job in essence. And DlovaN here is pretty much going to be on cleanup duty. I think his observer did actually go down, so he's going to need to retreat away from these Banshees, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But it doesn't matter too much, as he has done quite a lot of damage. Taking out that gold expansion was a really big hit for NTT, and he is going to be throwing up another expansion in order to be able to try and keep himself in this game. I expected it to be GG then, but apparently it's not. Another observer did actually come out and is going to be helpful in order to be able to pick these off, although it's trailing behind the forces somewhat. Now it's just caught up. That oh, excuse me, that carrier proving it's worth weight in gold, as it could quite easily catch up with that initial Banshee that they did pick off. And now, almost picking off that other observer with that missile turret. Really annoying when your observers do get killed off by missile turrets, but it's not too bad in this situation since DlovaN is in a pretty clear lead. Whopping in a few stalkers up here in order to be able to reinforce closer to these units here, and it seems like NTT's now secured this blue mineral expansion down at the bottom here instead of the gold, since the gold is quite risky, and as is evident from that last attack, indeed you can lose it very easily. Now transferring a lot of probes here, but this looks like it's going to be GG at this point. I'm not so sure that NTT has anything that can combat these forces, especially since there is a carrier out on the field as well. He is getting quite a few Banshees, and in fact the Banshees are in the main of DlovaN, trying to kill as many buildings as possible, trying to take out this fleet beacon pretty quickly as well. But if it comes down to a base race, these units are going to be able to kill them a lot faster. Now surrounding this command center with these SCVs, but even the SCVs were no match for the Planetary Fortress destruction, and it seems like that's GG. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this game. I am now going to go back and continue with my StarCraft 2 guide for GameGuideEmpire.com. So if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and if you really like what you see, please donate in order to be able to get me a US account. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time.